Hey everyone, Brian Messick here, voice actor for Seven Lamb Productions. I play Arthur Phelps in Seven Lamb Productions' spoof film noir series Atlas Avenue Beat. If you're looking for a funny action comedy, look no further because Atlas Avenue Beat has it all. Goofy characters, intricate cases, and the best sleuthing this side of the Mississippi. You can find this podcast at sevenlamb.com or search for Atlas Avenue Beat wherever you listen to podcasts.
Dun. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Will There Be Cake? I know what you're wondering, but I'm not going to get to it yet. We got to get to our guest, but before we do, Amber Simpson's here, of course.
That was all over the place.
Yeah, it was.
Hey!
And returning days later, Adam Iben.
Hey, guys.
Days later. He skipped the...
Now you know what the last one you did was, though. Cereal Day.
Cereal Day.
Yeah, that was the last one. You're back. But at the very end, if you guys didn't listen to the cereal episode, we gave a little hint about what we were going to talk about today when we mentioned Nintendo cereal. And that's because we're celebrating Mario Day.
Mario Day.
And that's Super Mario, right?
Woo.
Not like Mario Lopez or something.
Yeah, Super Mario.
Because if it was Mario Lopez Day, I probably still would have a lot to talk about, but it just wouldn't be the same stuff. Just saying.
That's good to know that you have a lot to say about Mario Lopez.
Yeah, a lot of Saved by the Bell and Dancing with the Stars stuff. Was he on Dancing with the Stars? I don't remember.
Probably.
I think he was like a host of it or something.
Probably,
He's
yeah.
still hanging around.
Yeah, he hosts things for sure.
He hosts things.
He hosts a lot of things. But Mario Day, everybody knows Mario. Even if you don't play video games, you know Mario.
Yeah, everybody knows Mario.
Mario's probably like, if you think of video games, that's the guy.
Yeah,
That's like somebody's like, do you play video games? Like, do you know anything about video? Like, even my dad, like, if I asked, he'd probably be like, yeah, Mario.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people that don't play video games, like, I mean,
because he's everywhere.
He's everywhere, and it's like the easiest video game to learn how to play.
I mean, it's it's one of the original, like, I mean, there was obviously Pong and like Atari and stuff before Nintendo, but Nintendo was really like the one that kind of set itself apart from like the older systems and stuff, especially with the graphics and I mean, you look at that Super Mario Brothers.
He's synonymous with video games.
Yeah. His character was released by Nintendo in 1985
for Donkey Kong,
and since then he's been in around 200 different games.
But he started in Donkey Kong as Jumpman.
Yeah,
that
Jumpman.
was his name, and then eventually it transmogrified. I don't know. Whatever you say.
There's Mario Brothers before that, like the one
that was in arcades too.
Right. That's just like when they're in the tubes, like
going back and forth, and you could battle each other too. Like you can kind of trip up each other.
Isn't it like a side game in one of the Marios?
So in Super Mario Brothers 3, if you play 2-player, you can play Mario Brothers. Because I remember that's what I used to play with my dad. We would just battle back and forth.
I remember playing that with you, actually, and getting so annoyed. You're too good at games.
Me?
Yep.
Okay. Only certain ones.
So, yeah, it's Mario games have claimed the title of the best-selling video game series in history, beating out popular competitors like Pokemon. And we just did Pokemon Day the other day. Because Pokemon's number 2, Mario's number 1.
Pokemon came out like 10 years later, though.
Yeah, it did.
A little over 10 years. 12 years later.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Something like
so it hasn't as much time.
Yeah.
Plus, wasn't Super Mario Brothers was packaged with Duck Hunt? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it came with the Nintendo. Did it come with the Nintendo
the NES?
The NES system?
In the action set.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because that's what I had.
Yeah,
that was my first introduction to Mario. Because I don't think I played Donkey Kong or Mario Brothers in the arcade until afterwards. I was too young at the time.
So Mario Day is on March 10th because March 10th written as MAR 10 looks like Mario's name.
Yeah, it's clever.
It's
I actually
clever.
like it better than May the 4th as like a name.
I don't know.
Nah, maybe not.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
But it was, I don't know who created it, but it was not created or declared by Nintendo until 2016, but it was celebrated by fans before then, but Nintendo didn't pick it up until 2016.
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised Nintendo didn't put a cease and desist to
Right,
all of
it
its
was like,
fans and try to
right?
cancel it. And I'm surprised they're not trying to cancel this podcast right now because they do not like to play ball with anybody.
No, they do not.
No more singing a theme song. So
yeah.
Screwed.
Man, they are
Nintendo.
sticklers when it comes to a lot of their
Everything.
IPs.
Nintendo is weird. They're so weird.
Yeah, sometimes I really like Nintendo. Like, I like what they're doing or something like that. And then sometimes I'm just like, why are you being such jerks right now?
I feel like they hold back, though. Like, they could do so
They
much
do on
more.
purpose.
On purpose.
I read
yeah.
an article like a while back talking about they purposefully used older technology with their newest systems on purpose to keep costs down, and they knew that their product would just sell anyways. And they did that with like Nintendo 64 and the Wii, and I mean they had like obviously new
Even the
generations,
Switch.
but they didn't have HD capabilities. They didn't play DVDs or Blu-rays. They didn't do a lot of that stuff.
The Wii is pretty much just like it's like kind of like a beefed up GameCube.
Yeah.
Like they just add a little bit more to it, but
And they
it's
do
not
the
much to
gimmicky
it.
stuff a lot too. Like Nintendo likes the gimmicky, like the motion controls. The Switch has the like
I like to try
the control.
weird
They try
stuff.
different stuff, and sometimes it works out for them. It like obviously the Switch and the Wii are doing like Wii is the highest selling console or something like that, or PS2 I think
PS2,
is.
but like it's like something
but
like
up there.
Over 100 million. Like
I think it's the
units
highest
shipped-
of all
shipped or something
Nintendo
like that.
games or something like
So
that. Maybe
either that or like their Game Boy stuff. They're always
Yeah.
about like inclusivity, but like not like in like in a political sense, but just like people like getting people who don't usually play video games
to play.
to
yeah.
play video games, and that is certainly true with the Wii because how many
Old retirees. were
how
playing
many
it.
Well, they're-
retirement homes have the have
Right.
Wii
Wii
Sports?
bowling, yeah.
But it's also more of like the family console. Like
That is one thing I like about it is nowadays there's not a lot of couch co-op games. There's not a lot of
Yeah.
even multiplayer games that you can play split screen with
like a
more
bunch
than
of
two
friends,
people.
Yeah.
And I mean, there are a lot of indie games maybe, but like big games, like if you play Gears or Halo or like those kind of stuff,
Call
some of them
Duty and
have
shit.
it, but they don't have like 4-player split screen that often anymore,
Yeah,
which sucks.
does suck.
Nintendo's got their own thing.
Yeah,
That's they don't do what the other guys do, and that's the thing. So that means like they're not in competition. Like
Right.
they're just another sector
Yeah,
of
they
the
can
market,
do
which
whatever
But I
the
think-
fuck
makes it
they want.
crazy.
They've gotten better though. The Switch has everything
It's
now.
amazing.
Yeah, no, I actually like the Switch a lot. I was kind of iffy about it when they were first advertising for it because I thought it was going to be like kind of gimmicky, and because of the Wii U didn't do like that well, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get the Switch. And then after like a year, I was like, all right, like it seems like they're going to really push and like try to make some good stuff and some good decisions with it.
Yeah,
I-
it did.
I liked the Nintendo 64 also. That was one of my favorite consoles. That's the one I grew up with.
Yeah,
Super Mario 64 was one of my favorite games. Talking about Mario.
yeah. The Super Mario Bros. Video games were so successful that they made a movie adaptation of the game
God. With
Mario
Bob
Bros.
Hoskins.
in 1993, but of course it was a flop.
Oh my God. I can't believe, and that's why Nintendo won't license their stuff to be made into a movie
Yeah.
anymore because of that movie.
It was one of the first attempts to recreate a video game into a movie.
It didn't help that it like opened up at the same time as Jurassic Park either.
Oh, yeah.
But
It's
so
just
awful.
so bad though.
Jurassic Park or Dennis Hopper,
Yeah.
John Leguizamo, and Bob Hoskins and Mario.
Yeah, and Bob Hoskins says he was drunk through pretty much the whole filming of it.
You should have been.
Yeah, he said it was like such a mess.
It's
Weird that like I don't understand why they make these movies based on video games that have no story. Like I guess they want creativity and to make their own thing, but it's like, man, there's so many video games now that have like a good story that you could just adapt, and they don't choose those. Or they just go completely off of, they just take the characters and do something random with it, like the new Uncharted movie. They're making a young Nathan Drake. And
well, a lot of new video games though are like made with cinema in mind,
Right,
so
like
they make
film,
it,
yeah.
they use like lens flares and stuff like that, like as if you're watching a movie. Like
oh, for
so
sure.
it's not just like super crisp graphics like the entire time.
Yeah.
But Nintendo said, well, we're not going to try to play this like do this arms race with all the other consoles, which is based on specs. Just make sure it runs smooth, it doesn't be all buggy, and just everybody can play it. So that's why they love that cartoon stuff. They're the Disney of video games.
That's the thing is they don't. Yeah, like if you look at they have their main Mario, Legend of Zelda. I mean, Star Fox, Metroid Prime, I guess. Like their Kirby. Like they got their main like mascots and main video games that they can kind of do every system or every other system, and they know it's going to sell.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like,
yeah,
it's going to move.
Yeah.
It moves units, and that's like what the other consoles like what they die for. Like that's why the other consoles like, they buy up other studios just because it's like
because
Microsoft
they want to try to get that.
Yeah, it's like Bungie like doing their own. Like Microsoft has Halo, but.
But that's, I mean, like, what else does it have? I mean, like, other than Halo and Gears, like, those are the main ones that I would think of. Like, it's hard for me to think of, like, other ones that would be, like, have as many entries as those games that, like, are popular for just Xbox or just Microsoft.
Right.
Mario's everywhere. That's the thing. It's not only on every single console that they have, and it's the most popular thing on, like, there's more Mario games on any Nintendo console than any other like iteration of it. But then they trick you into buying the same game like
over and
5
over.
or 6 times, like over it's like a 20-year span. It's like
we just did it. We just rebought the 3-pack.
Yeah,
it's like the original. It's like the original Mario. Like you had it on NES, and then you buy it again on Game Boy Color, and then you buy it again.
Then you buy it like the like when it came in the 3-pack with 1, 2, and 3 or whatever, and then it came out like the All Stars or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Then it came out on All Stars on Game Boy Advance, and then it came out on like the Wii and Virtual Console, and they do that stuff.
Yeah, I wonder
like,
how many times we've bought the same game.
But they like, and then they did like what the NES Classic.
Yep.
So you get like those games again. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. They're all about that nostalgia, though. Like they coast on that name, and they coast on
push that
their
button.
brand name.
Yeah, they push that button. That's why there's still like people around there. They'll say they'll say Nintendo. Like Nintendo is synonymous with video games.
Right when you
He's
just say
playing
Nintendo. Yeah.
Because of how huge the NES console was.
It
was playing as Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. Sega didn't have no Mario.
Mario was originally a carpenter.
Sonic.
I'm sure you guys knew that. He's originally a carpenter.
No, but then a plumber.
But then he was changed to be a chubby plumber hero that we love today.
It's weird that he's like Italian.
I think his name. So if I remember like correctly, I think I remember saying like the reason why they called him Mario was they liked it because it was something like somebody who worked for Nintendo of America. When they were, it was like one of their main like shippers or stock guys, like one of their main product, like actual like sales guys.
His name was Mario.
His name was Mario, and he was a guy that like they bought. It was something like when Donkey Kong got made. Donkey Kong was kind of just like a chain. It was like they altered like this Popeye game that was being developed by Shigeru Miyamoto, the guy who designed like all the like Nintendo stuff, and then. What they ended up having was Nintendo had like a ton of these like cabinets like laying around that they didn't know what to do with, and that's when they like did Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong was like a quick fix. So like Mario or Jumpman is really like Popeye with a mustache, kind of like they just kind of switched a color on him,
right?
Because it really is supposed to be like Princess Peach, or I guess in the original Donkey Kong it would
olive
be
oil.
It's supposed to be olive oil, and Donkey Kong is supposed to be Bluto. And they eventually make like a Popeye game, but it's something like Nintendo gets sued about the whole thing. But that's why he is. I think they just said he was like, oh, we'll put a mustache on him. He looks friendly, and it seems somebody who's partially Italian here. It's probably a little racist, but I mean, he's
like, it's just weird that he's not like Japanese or something, or like you know what I mean, like, or I don't know, because Nintendo like. It's just weird to see like a white guy plumber. I know they do that often.
They have like English names for stuff like like everything will be in Japanese. It'll be like Mario.
Yeah.
It's like Metroid. It's like it's
That's true.
It's kind of weird. Like it's like Link is like Zelda is like based upon Miyamoto like exploring like his neighborhood, like his like where he grew up and everything like that. But they still give it like a European type of like a German type of
even
like
Pokemon like Ash and Professor Oak and all those characters too are like very. I mean, there's some other characters in it that are like more of Asian descent, but
they love that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think they said like every Mario game that comes out like sells like a certain amount of unit. Like they know like Odyssey was like one of the best selling games for the Switch now. Trying to think what else.
I mean, Mario Kart is like
Mario Kart's always up there.
You're built just all the characters.
Yeah, I still play. I play the mobile version of Mario Kart. It's so fun.
I think Mario Kart 64 is still my favorite, but I do like Mario Kart 8.
What's your favorite Mario game in general?
Oh, I know mine. Mine's Super Mario Brothers 3.
3.
Yeah, that's the one that got me into like really like gaming. That was the first one where I loved the overworld and like being able to like go to different worlds, and sometimes you could choose a different path and go to a different world. And that was just like mind blowing at the time when I was playing NES games.
Yeah, 3 is probably my favorite too, but it depended on my mood because I really liked 2. Like how different 2 was.
2 was a different game.
It's completely different.
Well, it was a different game that like they put over with Mario characters later on, but it was being built as
it's Doki Doki Panic.
Yeah, that's it.
In Japan, it's called Doki Doki Panic,
which is so weird
because the real Super Mario 2 was released.
The Lost Levels,
the
right?
Lost Levels here, but it was only available on the Nintendo Disk System. That was in Japan at the time.
But they deemed it too hard.
Yeah, it really is just like a remixing of levels. Like,
yeah,
it is ridiculously hard, but you couldn't. There was no way for you to play that version in the United States when it came out, because in Japan they had like this little like floppy disk system that would sit underneath your that would connect to your NES, and the games came on these rewritable floppy disks that you could get everything, and it had more power to it. And eventually, Nintendo, a couple years later, they figure out how to pretty much just put another process, put all that more stuff into a console, to a cartridge, so you didn't need the disc anymore. But it kind of had passed them by, and Nintendo saw how popular Mario was doing in the United States, and that's why they just kind of reskinned Doki Doki Panic to Mario 2 in the United States, because they had to cash in on how much money they were going to be making from it. And then Mario 3 comes out, like Genesis was already out.
Yeah.
It's like Super Nintendo is like coming out. It's like the biggest game for the console comes out the same time that they're releasing a new console. But anyways, that's what they like launch everything with. That's the thing. It's like Mario has got to come out with a new console, or else it really hurts them every single time. And the consoles that don't have it, they just don't sell as well. It's being like GameCube.
Yeah, Wii U didn't have one, did it?
The 3D land where he turns into
the
kid.
That is
it had the Super Mario Brothers U.
Yeah, but the new but that was already kind of introduced with the Wii. There was a new Super Mario Brothers for the Wii.
Right.
And then they made a Wii U version.
Yeah.
They just didn't do like a fully like 3D one on there, because Galaxy 1 and 2 for the Wii.
But the 3D World one, that was for that, right?
Yeah. It's just, you get, I mean, the thing is like Mario's a cat.
Right. That was, it wasn't much different than like the other, like all the other ones seemed to be like pretty unique. That one was kind of, I know it was 4-player co-op, which was kind of cool, I guess.
It's like a fixed camera. Those are so good. But like Odyssey is really good. Odyssey came out within a year
I liked Odyssey.
Of Switch coming out.
What's your favorite, Adam?
Sunshine.
Mario Kart?
I mean, Sunshine I love. Sunshine I really love. It can be frustrating.
It is really frustrating. That was part of that 3-pack we bought during COVID.
I love Sunshine for that. For handheld ones, I really like. I like 6 Golden Coins, the second one for the original Game Boy.
Game Boy, yeah,
that one is awesome. The Super Nintendo ones are good. Weird to say. I was
gonna say, I'm surprised that's not your favorite.
What?
The Super Nintendo one. Super Mario World with Yoshi, and that was when Yoshi was introduced.
Yeah.
And
right. Well, I do really love that one, but 3 was the one that I played the most.
Yeah, 3 was but I do like 64 also. I mean, back then. Now it's kind of a little dated.
Mario Strikers, I forgot about that one. That's so fun.
I love the.
I don't understand why they don't remake it. It's been so long.
I think people have been waiting for this golf one, and finally they said they're really.
Maybe they'll do Strikers next.
Got the tennis one. See, that's
tennis. Yeah. I hate.
What about Mario Party?
They're fun to play with friends.
They're so frustrating.
They're frustrating
sometimes.
as shit. Yeah.
That's the only thing I hate about like certain Mario games, or just like Nintendo games in general, like the first party games. Sometimes they're just so cheap. I know that they want everybody to have fun. I get it. Like, somebody's in last place. You got to give them a blue shell to give them a chance to catch up. I get that stuff, but sometimes I hate those cheap moments that I feel like, I don't know. It's like, Mario Party. Like, you could be leading the whole game, and then the very end, like, somebody just gets lucky and hits something, and then they'll give them, like, 3 extra stars. I'm just like, okay, well, why would we play this whole thing? Like, that's like Jeopardy, and then, like, I being able to wager as many points as you want, not what you gain throughout the whole thing. Just be like, yeah, all right, I'll wager 10,000, and then you get that one question right, and you win.
Sold.
Yeah.
Sold.
But I do like the early Mario Party games for sure.
There's a study from the Max Planck Institution that found that playing Super Mario 64 helped with spatial orientation, memory formation, strategic planning, and fine motor skills. So it's not only fun, but it's beneficial for your brain. Tell your parents. God plays video games.
Play more video games.
Yeah, I remember when they used to be bad and people thought they were ruining your life by playing video games.
Yeah, the older generation always thinks whatever's new is going to kill everyone.
Yep.
It's just one of those things. It's just like now it's like older people are playing video games now, so it doesn't matter. I mean, not like super older, but like our generation, like older than our generation is still playing games.
Buy all the toys too.
Yeah. Yeah, people. Yeah.
All the gear.
Yeah.
There's
buying headsets and they're playing like multiplayer all night and stuff, and they're like in their 40s and stuff. So it's like, who cares?
Yeah. But yeah, I still play Mario Kart on my phone. It's really fun. And Adam plays Dr. Mario on his phone all the time.
All the time.
It's all the time.
I forgot about Dr.
Not
Mario.
right now.
Not while we record.
Hey, it's addictive. It's a good little Tetris clone.
I will say that Super Smash Brothers.
Smash Bros.
I do play that still every once in a while, and
I'm not great at it, so
I don't main Mario or anything, but I like all the different characters to choose from. There's a lot of Mario characters in it, obviously.
Yeah. Faux show. Mario Day. So obviously there's a million ways to celebrate. Mostly playing Mario games.
Play any game. Play it on your mobile phone. Play it on the system.
Nintendo store in New York. That's awesome. They got a bunch of Mario stuff there.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't think I went there. It's relatively new, right? Like 10 years or something like that?
I have no idea.
That it's been there? I don't remember. I don't think it was there when I went to New York.
It's all right. I was expecting
it's
more
kind of
gear.
Small, right?
Yeah, it was smaller than I thought. I was hoping for more gear there.
They always do like the Nintendo Directs there, or they used to before COVID, so I would like watch it, and then there'd be like a crowd in there like watching what games came out and stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody got super excited when Banjo-Kazooie was announced for Smash Brothers, like myself.
Like myself.
Yeah. It was awesome. But Mario Kart, I remember Mario Kart 64 was like that, along with Diddy Kong Racing, were like the two that like me and my friends would play like all the time, like the battle mode.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they don't have that on the Switch though, and I'm hoping that they do an N64 kind of thing, but I don't think they will. No, Mario Kart 64.
Okay.
Because I don't think they have any 64 games on
no,
unless they sell them separately.
No, Nintendo's been, again, this is that frustration of Nintendo. It's like stuff that they could be doing that they just refuse to do. Like,
I just don't know why you don't do it. You did it for the Virtual Console and for the Wii U Virtual Console, so why not just put it on Switch?
Just put it on Switch.
GameCube came out almost 20 years ago now, and you still can't play most of those games unless you have a GameCube and then go on eBay. It's kind of crazy for the way that every other console's allowed you to go back and play a lot of stuff. Yep. Even Sony coming around with the PlayStation like Now or Plus or whatever the heck that thing is.
I thought they weren't doing the N64 one right now because I thought they were going to release an N64 Mini like they did with the NES and the Super NES. But that never came out. That never came to fruition, at least not yet. They haven't announced it. So I thought like maybe that's why they were holding back putting it on like
they're just printing money.
Online.
They don't need to. That's
the thing. They don't need to.
They're not a selfish company, which is so frustrating sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
Like they're slow and steady. Like they have more cash on hand than most other companies, like of their size. They're never going to go bankrupt. So that's what makes them so kind of like when the Wii U flopped. Nobody was really worried about the company like ceasing to exist because they're like, okay, it just didn't work.
We'll try again.
We'll just keep on pushing for the next one.
Yeah.
And which is the opposite of every other console because it's such a big investment for people.
Oh, 100%.
Like especially for like a kid, it's like you get one pick,
system,
pick one of the three, and if all your friends have the other two, they're not buying it because God knows I was the coolest kid in high school when all my friends had Xbox and PlayStation 2 and I had my GameCube. I still look pretty cool now comparison. Not gonna lie, I mean, how often you go back and play PS2 games and Xbox One original Xbox games other than Halo?
Yeah,
but you can still people are dying for all those for GameCube games.
Yeah,
so.
But
who had the last laugh now?
They've always had like shitty internet and all that kind of stuff, like internet capabilities and internet play and all that kind of stuff. It's still like friend code stuff and all that is so
stuff.
stupid.
It is. They're trying to keep it family friendly. They don't want you to be able to fucking talk shit to small children like you can on Xbox.
Whatever.
At this point, I think it's unavoidable.
Well, they dropped the ball. It's like their old CEO or whatever, like Iwata. He like something like 2007 or 8. He's said like people don't want to play games online. That's what their whole internal thing was like. People don't want to play games online. They want to do it in their living room with their friends. After COVID, does that make any sense?
Yeah, no.
Like, so they come around a little bit on it, but I just don't understand why they drag their feet so much.
It's fucking weird.
Again, it's the life of a Nintendo fanboy. You will take what they give you, and you will like it.
You'll like it.
You'll like it.
I mean, obviously, to celebrate, you just play a Mario game.
Oh, for sure.
There's so many Mario games to choose from.
To go back to the Nintendo store in New York, I was at the release of Mario Odyssey party in New York when it came out, and I remember walking up because we went super early because we wanted to try. They were giving out like special stuff. We wanted to try to get special stuff, and there was a line all the way down the street in New York, like forever. People were camped out and shit overnight waiting for Mario Odyssey to come out. But it was really cool because they had like the one guy. What's the guy's name that does used to do all the announcements? Reggie
Fils-Aimé or whatever.
Yeah. He was there, and like they had these
nice.
these like big things set up outside. It was really awesome. It was a cool experience. Nice. But yeah, play games.
Play Mario games, not just any game. You got to play Mario.
Obviously, play your favorite Mario game and try a new Mario game, and eat some Mario cake.
Or if you're feeling really nostalgic, the Mario Brothers Saturday morning cartoon show is on Netflix.
Is it?
The Super Show. Yeah.
Super Show. Yeah.
So you can watch that and play a game.
Or dress up as Mario.
But it's definitely a cake day.
It's definitely a cake day. Or, you know what? Play Animal Crossing because they got special Mario stuff in it right now.
Do they?
Yep. You can get a green pipe and you can get a star and a mushroom.
I did see a video of that.
You could dress up as Mario or Luigi or Princess Peach.
I'm dressed up as I'm Wario right now.
You're Wario right now?
Wario.
You need to come over so we can take pictures.
I never understood the Waluigi thing. Like, Wario made sense because it was Mario upside down, but adding a Wa in front of Luigi is weird to me.
I think I saw some of that. I can't remember. It was like it was a Mario Tennis or something like that, and it was one of the whatever game company was making it for them, and they needed to have like some type of like some partner for Wario
for Luigi.
Like,
for Wario.
So it's like Wario.
But like you can't name him something else. Why does it have to be Waluigi? Like that just doesn't make any sense.
He's awesome. He's my favorite character.
I was gonna say,
in
isn't there a Waluigi game? Wasn't there like a really weird? Was it Waluigi?
A lot of people were upset that Waluigi wasn't. No, there's Wario games like the Wario like mini games kind of stuff. Yeah.
What I'm thinking of, but whatever.
Everybody was upset that Waluigi wasn't in Smash Brothers.
It was the word.
I was okay with it. It was just weird. Like an L upside down, I guess isn't a letter, but
what doesn't make sense about that? You know, it's purple.
It's purple.
I don't know. Whatever.
All
right. Well, that does it for this episode. Thanks for joining us for I almost said Nintendo Day. For Mario Day, Adam. Yeah.
Great being here.
Awesome. And for Amber and myself, that does it. Go play some Mario and eat some cake.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
This has been a Seven Lamb production.